Hello! Welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 55. This is actually a re-recording of episode 55, but who cares? I hope this time everything will work out fine and I will have sound and something to display and everything will be fine in the end. Welcome to everyone who's new and checking me out. I hope you like it here and you subscribe down below on YouTube. Of course, also welcome to everyone who is back, waiting for a new episode probably. You can see something changed. I'm blending into my background now. I just got my hair done today, actually. I had it colored because I was so bored with my usual color. I had it cut last week and I was like, yeah, let's put in some highlights. And then I was like, I think I do want it to be coppery. And so I went back today and had it done. And I absolutely love it. So, hope you don't need to get used to it. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh yeah, right. So I get to look at myself now for a while. But that's not why we're here. You don't want to look at me. You want to look at my knitting and my yarn obsession. So I'm gonna start right away. I have changed the markers after I did the first time of episode 55. So I hope I can remember where I was, and otherwise you can see what I have done in about 5 days. It's actually more than I would have expected. So in my Colourful Creativity bag is actually a sock. I found my knitting mojo back definitely in the last 2 weeks. And in here is my Rainbow Ridges sock. And you can see I am almost at the cuff. Oh, you can see the pooling here very well. Here it's turning on the back side. Also pooling here. It's going up and down. It's really cool. I did the foot with a plain back side. The sole of the sock is just stockinette, and the top of the foot is with the pearl ridges, and on the cuff there's ridges all around. I was at the marker last time I showed it, so last Thursday. It's not Tuesday. I probably was around here last time I showed it to you on camera. So I did quite a lot. And when I fold this over, I am actually almost at the cuff. The yarn I'm using is my own. It's a colorful smooth sock set in the colorway No Rainbows Without Rain. You can see the cake and the contrast, well, actually the matching grey mini. The card is here. I am actually transferring to ball bands, so I do have some cards left, but after that there will be ball bands on my skeins. Whoop, whoop. Very happy. I am knitting these on a smaller size needle than usual, 2.25 millimeter, which I think is a US 1, and it's because the yarn is so nice and smooth and thin. It's a fingering 4-ply. It has 425 meters per 100 gram. I think it knits up beautifully. And because it's so smooth and rounded, I just like it better when it's a tighter gauge with a needle size smaller. Higher sharps, of course, all the way. So that's project number 1. I've been doing a lot more though. Let's get this one out. And this one is in my Keep On Knitting Kitten bag. It is the Speckle and Pop Mystery Knit Along. Well, I'm way behind, so I guess the mystery part is off now, so I can totally show it to you, I think. I know the last time I showed it to you, I was still in clue 1. Well, I finished that. Somehow that last bit really went fast because it was so much fun to knit. All of a sudden it was fun to knit. Instead of that I did one wedge per day, I did like 8 wedges in a day. So the mojo really came back, which is good. Because I also finished clue number 2. It's already totally finished. And yeah, you can see how it looks. It's a really pretty stripy slip stitch pearl whatever pattern. But it looks really cool with those rows of different colors. And I can even show you what I did since Thursday. So I managed to go here. It's a short row, so you keep on going back and forth in shorter bits. And this is the long part. And then this part is what I did. So probably about this many rows. It was actually in the end really quick with those short rows. And I am knitting this with 3 main colors. First of all, the light one. It's my own Colourful Merino singles in Shirley Temple on the Rocks. This one is a Colourful Merino singles in Sangria. And then the last one, which is a trellis, and I forgot the name of the base, but it's also merino singles, and the colorway is called Mandala, which is actually a really nice dark kind of rainbow yarn. I love it. Then there's also pops. Oh, here's the ball band. Let me see, was it Zeus? Yes, it's Zeus 100% superwash merino singles. So here is her beautiful ball band. Trellis. And in here is a lot of paper for the clues, but also I have here my pops. And my pops are one orange, Colourful extra soft merino that I also used for my exploration stations, and my fingerless fall in love mittens, which I really love at the moment. It's getting chilly here. It actually, yeah, it matches my hair. Yeah, right. So fluorescent orange. Then I have a neonish green yellow. I always call it radioactive green. This is also hand dyed on Smooth Sock Mini, which is a really nice superwash merino nylon base. It's really nice and really soft. And then I have this Devon Sun Yarns with a little scrap of my own radioactive yarn. Color Lover set that I got as a gift from a friend. It's actually the same base as my Smooth Sock, so that's really nice that it all matches. Just this one is a different base, and of course this all is a different base than the singles I'm using for the main colors. And I'm totally not into mixing bases normally, but for this it felt like I could make an exception. Put it all back before the cats get some yarn ideas. Because I do like that these pops are a different base than the singles. I don't know how it is about you, but for those of you knitting it, I am actually okay with mixing bases in this. It really is special. So, gonna pop this back in the bag. I am knitting these on Higher Sharps 3.5mm, just as the pattern suggests. Well, 3.5mm part. The Higher Sharps is, of course, my idea. And if you didn't know, the Speckle and Pop is by Stephen West. Forgot to say that. Next up, something I'm really proud of. Mina Makes bag. In here is something that makes noise, so I'll put it away. This is my way too heavy Notions tin. Yeah, what shall I say? This has been on the needles for almost 2 years, and I don't want it to be on the needles for said 2 years. I have to finish this before the end of the year. And I actually will. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my peacock eyes cardigan. Here you can see the lace part, the peacock eyes. And all the way to the bottom, I am at the ribbing. I rock, I rock. I already did 6 rows of ribbing on it. Last time I probably was about here. And last week when I recorded, the marker was about here. I had quite some knitting to do and I decided to just grab it at the television and just go in a weekend where I was totally exhausted to just knit on this, and it was actually a good thing because it grew a lot. It already has short sleeves because I have no clue if I will have enough yarn. So after I do the ribbing for another 6 centimeters, I will do the button bands and then I will finish off the sleeves. And then I will be able to wear my own hand knit cardigan. It's my first garment and I'm so excited now. I'm actually already planning more sweaters, which is like mad because it took me 2 years, but oh well, you gotta have plans, right? The Peacock Eyes cardigan is a pattern by Justyna Larkowska. And let me see if I can show you something. It's black and white, so the pattern is heavily scribbled on, but I hope this shows you a bit how it looks. Hers is actually quite short. I added about 6 centimeters because I'm a bit longer, and I think I will like it this way a lot better. The yarn I'm using is an experiment, Colourful Experiment. It's a base of merino and stellina superwash, so probably that will grow a bit and it will really fit amazing and be long enough and maybe even too wide, but we'll see about that. Colorway is Peacock, matching the name of the pattern, and this cardigan is knit with a higher sharp interchangeable in main part 3.25 millimeter, and now I am on a 3.0 millimeter. Yeah, that's really a small needle for a cardigan, but I do love a fingering cardigan and I do love a tight knit. Hope you can see that, how it looks. I love it. I'm gonna wear this with pride when it's done. I actually hope I can manage to get it done in about a week or 1.5. Not sure. I'm also hoping to get that sock done. And there's more I want to get done. Clue 3 of the mystery knit along is on hold. So that I'm not waiting to get done. I've heard so many people talk about it and swearing about it and thinking and doing, especially my friend Petra, that I was like, I'm gonna need my full attention with that. Let me just do some boring other things and get them out of the way. And I want to cast on a million other things, you know me, but I'm not doing it. I am cleaning up whips. I want to have the year without that big basket with that big pile on it. I want it to be the basket alone again. So in my fringe supply, which is heavily embezzled, charmed, whatever, I put all the pins on it, and you can see all the pins. Is the baby cardigan I got back from my friend, and I actually managed to do a lot of things. Let me think. I only had attached the ribbing last week, so I managed to do the rest now. I'm not sure if you can see, but I kitchenered these two together. There is a way of grafting to do a rib purl for a cast off side and a live stitches side, and I will show you the inside now. Here you can see the whole ridge, which is awesome because on the outside it hardly shows. I did that color difference with a reason. Then I picked up all the stitches again for the button band. I managed to, oh, wrong side. I did this whole button band again, which was like very easy. I didn't take down the other button band because I found out that some of the ends were woven in the button bands. So here you can see my saving of stitches. I couldn't help it. I cut the button band off because all the buttons were too tight on it and I couldn't cut it off. So I decided on this side not to rip the button band, but with a little fixing I added a button band here. And yes, somehow I did it in the third row and still they look a bit crooked, but I hope with a button on it and a child in it you will not notice that. There's lots of ends here, but my friend weaves them in herself. So this part I attached. Here you can see a little bit. If you ever get back a baby cardigan and they ask you, can you make it bigger? You say, no, I can't. Just get yarn and I will re-knit it. It saves you a lot of stress, I can tell you, and a lot of effort and a lot of time. I will admit, I learned so much. And if anyone needs help doing something like this ever, send me a message because I can totally help you now. I also did the sleeve now. This was the sleeve and now it's this long. So I re-knit the sleeve. I can show you because I'm actually re-knitting the second sleeve. It has to be a little bit longer still. I only have to do this and then again Kitchener it. I like Kitchener, so it's totally fine by me. And cut off the ribbing. That was the most scary part. I did it in 2 times. I cut off the top, only here to bind off. It was just such a tiny thing to cut off. And then it didn't work because ripping something backwards is not nice. So I actually managed to cut it all. I had picked up all the stitches around here. I just went 2 rows up and cut it off. And then I just managed to unravel it with a bit of patience and a needle. No problem. So I'm gonna do that on this side also. And then this little one is finished. And I'm really hoping it still fits him. And it will fit him for a long time. I have yarn upstairs to knit him a different cardigan. I'm probably gonna knit it for a 4 to 6 year size. He is turning 2 in December, so he can wear that a very long time. So I am knitting on the second sleeve now. I'm knitting these on 4mm needles. I decided to not go down for the ribbing and cast on really loosely so we can wear that longer than the other one because, well, this is now really stretchy while the other one only could go like this and you would be stuck on the side of the ribbing. The yarn I'm using is Drops Merino Extra Fine and both balls are actually stuck on the sleeve. But here's a ball band for you. So Drops Merino Extra Fine in the green and the blue. Or the turquoise. And there was also an ice blue in here, but we didn't use it for the extras. We got 2 balls, 2 balls of turquoise and 1 of the green extra to do all the additions, and it's enough. We shouldn't have done any less. I do need 2 balls of turquoise for it, but yeah. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I was really scared that I ruined the whole thing. So, those were all the projects. You can see my knitting mojo came back in full swing. It was like a boomerang. It was gone and then it came back and hit me in the face. And I just had to knit all the things. But that's fine. I had the time. I told you about doing the troll beads demo last time. I did, and it went awesome. It was so nice. All those people looking at me. I actually don't have photos with all those people looking at me because Robert was only there in the beginning and in the end. And then it was really quiet in the shop. And he didn't want to put anyone in a picture that would want to be online or anything. So I had a lot of fun. It was really nice doing it. It was a really nice afternoon. So many nice people. Some people I know came by, which was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I will insert a photo of that now. But that weekend after that, I was so exhausted. So that's when I knit the most on the cardigan. I only could manage to sit on the couch, watch some Netflix and go. I think that's when we did Stranger Things 2 marathon. We watched the whole season in one day. So yeah. After that I've been doing more. I have been dyeing yarn and I owe you the last installment of the Colourful Sock Club. It's this one! Yay! I'm really happy how it turned out. It's a big peacock, like nice and bright for this period where it's already grey and dark. So this is the stitch marker. A pretty oil slick looking. It's not really turning up. Yeah, probably you can see it, I think. So this is the last one. And I guess I will do this again next year because I had way too much fun experimenting and having people have surprises and seeing how people react to the colorways I dyed without them knowing what's gonna come. So I am dyeing up yarn also at the moment. I have dyed yesterday and this is what came out of the dye pot. So these are 4 skeins of yarn. First one, this is an old base, Colourful Tweed sock. I found back some stock and I decided to dye it all up and put it in the shop. This is going from purple to nice red. This base actually is grey, so that's why it's a bit more muted. And there's all these kind of tweedy bits in there. Then, and it's good to show you this because this went in the same dye bath. And this is my gold sparkle base, which is also not coming back when this is all sold. It's also in the same dye bath, but it's way more red and more vibrant purple. At least it is with the naked eye. Maybe not on camera. Let me see if I can show you closer. Yeah, you see this is a bit more grayish. This is way more vibrant red. Then I put them all together because that was easier, I thought. I have some Aran weight, and this is the weight I also used for designing my own hat, the cable brim hat. You can find that on Ravelry. I will also put links to everything in the subscription box here on YouTube and in the Ravelry group. You can find the Ravelry group at the groups section in Ravelry, under Colourful Creativity group, and the link of that is of course down below this video. This one is a wonderful yellow. I dyed up 2 skeins, and you could use 2 skeins to do the hat and the mittens together. The mittens is for a little bit thinner yarn, but with a little less stitches you can probably figure it out. Or you can just find a fingerless mitten pattern or wrist warmers just by knitting it straight. And then I dyed up this one also on a gold sparkle base in some speckles. I will do a shop update of all the bases that won't come back end of this month, beginning next month. I will post that everywhere, of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the whole social media platforms, everywhere where you can find me as Kralalien. if you want to follow me. Also, you can subscribe to my newsletter. The link is also down below. It's bit.ly/Colourful Creativity. It's really easy. And I also send out a newsletter when this is live in my shop. Well, that was a mouthful. I think it's time for some yarny goodness. And I do want to keep this one on the shorter side. Maybe I will just try and record every week. I'm not sure. I do have enough knitting at the moment to do so. I also have enough acquisitions. Oops. Hehe. So yeah. I have here a beautiful box. And the box is the Classic Society box by Countess Ablaze. And no, I do not have a subscription, but my friend Petra brought it with other things in it. Well, the other things are still yarn. In here is her Halloween colorway, which I totally love. It's called Hayride. She also added a note where all the information about it is on. It's a college student returning home for Halloween and is forced to face his childhood fears when an escaped killer takes refuge in his family's haunted hayride. So, there is also a warning on here. For those of you who got this, there is a bag with licorice. But it is salted licorice, and in Holland we love that. But apparently that's a Dutch and probably a Danish and Scandinavian thing. Because everywhere in the world they like their licorice sweet, so it's really good. She put in, treat bag contains salted licorice. Be careful. It doesn't taste like sweet. So yes, I'm totally in love with this. There were also some stitch markers, but I have already misplaced them after recording the last time of this episode. I already put them away somewhere. Oh, yeah, I put them away below the other yarn. Yay! So there was also a stitch marker of a skull, and let me turn it around. A haunted house. It's just amazing what she did. Putting that aside. And in here is more, because she was also destashing. She destashed this one, which is a biscotti sock yarn. B-stock, 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. Really nice and soft. And the colorway is called Rainbow. So who else should get it? Yes, me. And then she also had this yarn from Zazu Yarns, which is a fingering weight, just the same base as my smooth sock. And really, really nice. I love this base. So that's why I took it for my shop. So this one I have already. We bought it at the same time in Utrecht. And yeah, what's not to love? It's called Oasis. And this colorway is called Blooming. It has pinks in it, and I think it would match my mother-in-law, her new color wheel. So she changed from the whole fall, autumnal greens, oranges, reds, warm colors to a very, very cold blue, pastel, pink. I think some louder, maybe the brown is not fitting, but I'll see what I can do with that. Otherwise, it's just a pretty yarn and it will turn into socks someday. Then Petra went to Berlin Knits and she took this one for me. It's La Bien-Aimée merino singles base, and this is her specific Berlin Knits 2017 colorway, Paris in Berlin. I love these teals with that yellow. I am totally, totally in love. So I asked her to bring this for me, and she did, because she is an amazing friend. So putting this back in the box, making sure no cats will get in. They're actually really, really quiet. They are asleep next to me. the season is back to put on the heater. So Laia is like this, molten all the way in the heater almost. And Binks just fell over here next to me. They are so cute when they sleep. Just like kids, right? When they sleep, it's all fine. Next up, I have more. Oh yeah, Petra brought me more. I am extending my pin collection. Petra designed an awesome pin, if I may say so. Isn't this cute? Her undercover other animal pin. So I saw there are just a few left in her shop. So if you want one, don't wait too long. They're really amazing. And we ordered together at shellycan.com. And I have an I feel like knit pin and a literally dying. Since I am a dyer. I really love these. And they have to go on my bag, but I think my bag's a bit full, so I might need a new bag to put them on. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same kind of bag, or maybe a different kind. I will see where I can put these on. It has to be a sturdy fabric. Maybe I will just make myself one from old jeans or something. I have that plan for a long time, but I keep forgetting it. Next! Oh dear, what's next? Oh, yeah, this one. I got this skein of self-striping yarn. It's Be My Valentine self-striping socks. 75% merino, 25% nylon. And it also actually feels like smooth sock. So. And it is by Knitting in France. Not very well visible. She also sent some stitch markers, but again, stitch markers get to be used and I already put them in the little tin. I do have that tin here. Let me see if I can find it. Like, nope. It's actually, yeah, I found it. Haha. If you don't believe me, it's full. It's really full. It hardly closes. It's most of the times a bit wonky. This one was in there, this little unicorn, a prancing unicorn, if it focuses. Thank you for the focus. And there were also the rings with the little bead, and there was something else, a needle keeper or something with a little piggy, but that one isn't in there because it doesn't fit. So then I have a whole lot of acquisitions here. I'm even missing one, but I'll show you that soon because I want to start using it. It's already in the next project bag with a needle matchy. I had friends over, and friends who are knitters are amazing friends because they take yarn. Really? Yes, they take yarn. Like, for instance, these two skeins. These friends are from Germany. They are, I'm not sure if they want to be named, but, well, if not, I don't know yet, so I can't say the name now. But I thought it would be nice to get some new to me German indie dyers, and this is the Great Skein, and even though I know her, I don't have any yarn by her. This is her merino twist sock in the colorway Bonanza, and I love it. It is so neon. Look at these ultra brights. So also she brought me some 100% extra fine merino by Ponderosa Wolle, and this is a bit thicker. I think this might be a DK weight. It's 130 grams, so the whole skein is 400 meters. And it's called Herbststurm, so it's really my colors. I so love it. I have no clue yet what I want to make with it, but I do love it. I have to sit on it for a while. Then they came together. So the other friend also brought me some German indie dyed yarn. For instance, this 1/bare berenwolle, so a one-of-a-kind barefoot sock skein. And this might become a pair of socks for my mother-in-law, because I know she loves this base. And, well, these are her colors. The next is also a berenwolle, and she brought me some leftovers. Let me show you what I got. There was another one. It was almost a full skein of berenwolle, and it was a red one-of-a-kind. And this is, I believe, Vogelhochzeit. And it's also a very generous leftover. I'm really curious. The same sock base, so I could even do something with these two together. We'll have to see. This is a Shibot garn. I know, Shibot. I actually bought an advent calendar from Shibot for this year. And that's not the only advent calendar I bought. I also bought one from Herzblatt Regina. So 2 German advent calendars are already upstairs, locked away, so I can't open them yet. Very smart, I know myself. I do also, like you all, am very curious and want to see it all. This one might go in my Find Your Fate shawl because it matches so well. I will have to see about that. Then she also bought me this little mini, which is a piratenwolle, and it's a regular sock yarn. I really like it, and it will probably look amazing in my blanket if I ever pick that up again. And then there's this, and this is a super dark blue, and it's 100% silk. I have no clue what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably going to pet it for a while because it's really nice. It's not as soft as you would think with silk, but it's nice. It's very nice. And I have no clue what I could make with this. I do have a skein of 100% silk of that stuff, but white. And I'm not going to combine that with that dark blue because that's going to bleed probably. So I have to see if I can dye it up in a color that I like, and I can make something with 2 skeins or 1.5 skein. We dyed yarn actually when my friends came. They wanted something over dyed. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was hard work to get that done in a day, because both had sweater quantities of yarn to get done. But we managed, and one of my friends took 2 kinds of yarns with her because she didn't know what to do with both. And she was like, we can dye one of those. I'm very happy with only one of those dyeing. And the other one was this. This is Manos Serena. Colorway is 5004, so not really interesting. And the base though is very interesting. It's a 60% alpaca and a 40% cotton. This is so terribly soft. And I was like, yeah, over dyeing this, but I love this color. And she was like, well, you want to have it? I was like, what? You just want me to have a sweater quantity of this stuff? Yeah, sure. I looked at it for 5 years. It didn't work out. I ripped it. Not all the skeins are in one piece, so they're still ripped yarn, you know, with the whole curly bits. But I don't mind. I have 10 skeins of this, so 500 grams. It is a kind of light fingering. Let me find. No, it's not. It's 310 in 100 grams, so it's a DK weight, but she said it knits up like a fingering. It does look like a fingering weight. If you see how thin it is, it looks like a fingering. She said it's more like a fingering to light fingering than a DK, but I will see what I can make with it. I'm looking forward to using it. I love the color, and after I finish my cardigan. I have room for more sweaters and cardigans. Yay! I actually do feel more like a garment knitter now than I feel a sock knitter, because I haven't knit a sock, or at least I haven't finished a sock in so long. So yeah, I think I had all my acquisitions. I had all my projects. I had the things I wanted to say about shop. There is one thing I wanted to say, and I do not have the yarn here because it's already sold out. You can find a listing for a pre-order in my Etsy shop, which is carolien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl. And that listing is a pre-order for yarn, colorful soft sock yarn in the colorway Hey There. And Hey There is specifically designed for the truly hooked on socks knit along. If you don't know that, check out Truly Hooked on Socks on Instagram or on Ravelry, because they have a group there. It's a knit along for about 10 months, I think. It's at least for the whole book of Verity Castledine, which is the sock drawer. Oh, I'm doing this out of the top of my head because I'm way well prepared, as you know. You know me, I don't prepare, I don't do notes anymore. And this one is for the January pattern. It's called Delilah. If you want to join in on a knit along and you want my yarn, let me know. Pre-order it and I will dye it up later. Yeah, the first ones are already out to their new owners because they were really excited to be able to join. I am early with my yarn. I am early because the organizers from the knit along want to start early, so they have the time, and with Christmas and all coming up, I thought it might be better to be early instead of late, so everyone can start at January 1st with their beautiful Delilah socks. And for those of you who don't know where I got the name, well, I think I have a lot of people kind of humming now with Hey There Delilah. And for those of you who don't know that song, Google it, because it's a very nice song. The first thing that sprang to mind when I saw Delilah was, oh, that colorway is gonna be Hey There. It's a teal color and I really love teals. You know me, I just didn't want to do anything else. It's a tonal with a little bit of speckle and I kept it on the moderate side, just to let the pattern speak. It's a pattern with lace and some twisted stitches. I love it. I hope I can find time to knit a pair of socks for myself because I really love that pattern. So yeah, next to me is the Binkser washing himself. No, he doesn't want to be here. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can put my tea away and I can convince him for a cuddle, because he's so nice and warm from the heater. Look at that. He is cuddling. But he wants to get back because it's so nice and warm there and it's so cold in the house. It's not, but he thinks it is. So yes, with that, I guess it's time to say goodbye. I did forget to say that I wanted to put in a photo of that colorway, so I will do that now. And also, don't forget for the lovely coupon code there is for the Frog Peak Creations Etsy shop. It's Colourful 2017 and you will get 15% off until the end of the year, so don't wait too long. Her Christmas bags are already up and they are super cute, so I might need to snag one too. Well, I hope to see you back in about 1.5 weeks, and then I will try and see how much I have done in that time. So if I can manage to do a shorter episode every week, maybe. We'll see. Bye bye!